At this Beverly Hills hotel, a fundraiser asking $5,000 a person for this congressman. CNN was barred from attending, and his press secretary had us banned from this outside area.
My guess is hotel security, once they find out, may ask you to leave.
But a local reporter was allowed inside. He took these photos. The dinner raised $1.6 million.
I'm not going to lose because I am under-resourced, so I'm going to raise the money that I need to win.
He is Howard Berman, almost 30 years in Washington, an icon known as Hollywood's congressman.
Today we open part 2 of the hearing.
Now redistricted into a race against fellow incumbent and fellow Democrat Brad Sherman.
The main reason to vote for me is because I'm the best-looking candidate.
In a winner-take-all, loser-go-home battle to the end. Reporter Jonah Lowenfeld has covered both for the Jewish Journal.
Do they shake hands? Do they talk to each other?
I know that they have co-sponsored a couple of bills together just in the recent past.
But those are just two names on a piece of paper. When you've ever met them when they're in the same room together.
It's a big room.
It's not a big room any longer.
This is one of those clashes of the titans that political pundits like us love to see and incumbents hate.
Until now, Berman and Sherman had separate districts in LA's San Fernando Valley, even though their houses are only 3 miles apart. When the new maps came out, Berman found his home placed in what is mostly Sherman's district.
Howard and I have talked about this. He's suggested that I move to the Ventura County seat. The fact is, he lives an equal distance from that seat as I do.
Congressman Sherman tells me that you asked him to run in Ventura County.
No, it's out of context. He called me when the maps came out, and we had one conversation. The problem is, our suggestion of what the other guy should do is not something the other guy is buying into. So this race may very well be inevitable.
The chilly relationship goes back at least 10 years to the last redistricting in California, when Brad Sherman says Howard Berman and his Democratic strategist brother Michael drew their own congressional district lines, stabbing him in the back.
I don't know if I use those exact words.
I think those were your words.
There's a reporter who thinks they heard it that way. Let's put it like this. I don't think that that Michael Berman took my interest into account.
Did the Berman brothers seek to get rid of you?
They strongly fought for a plan in which I would have had a very big disadvantage. I'm sure that Michael Berman loves his brother more than he loves me.
Sherman told me that 10 years ago, you and your brother drew up those districts and tried to carve him out of his seat. True?
Absolutely not. His recollections are designed to put other people off guard, but have no relationship to reality.
In reality, they both got what they wanted and stayed safe for 10 years, but not any longer. This year, the new California Commission redrew the lines to convert much of Berman's current district into a majority Latino district. LA City Councilman Tony Cardenas is all ready for that seat.
We've never had somebody who's a Latino American actually get elected to Congress from that community. But that community is over 70% Latino by population.
So the result? Berman versus Sherman. Not just the names are similar.
You're a Democrat, he's a Democrat.
Right.
You're Jewish, he's Jewish, and you vote the same. What's the difference?
You want a congressman where you know that if you have a problem with the federal government, you can tap him on the shoulder and tell him about it. That accessibility is probably the single most important thing.
In a race between two almost identical politicians, the bumper stickers aren't going to be so clear.
He's been in Congress pretty long, you've been in Congress a real long time, and both somewhat effective. Where are you going to be able to get the message across that I'm even better than him?
It's your last point. Both somewhat effective. If you want to get down to what we've accomplished in Congress, there's really no comparison.
And no end to this fight. The reform movement in California did not stop with redistricting. Voters made another change.
Next year, there will be one super primary for everybody, Republicans, Democrats, and independents. And the top two vote getters will square off again in the main election in November.
It may create situations where you have a Republican and a Republican on the November ballot, or a Democrat and a Democrat.
Everyone is expecting the bitter primary race between Berman and Sherman will be a rematch come November.
Latino districts were drawn.
Republican strategist Matt Rexroad can't wait.
The best part about it for me is that I get to watch a bloodbath in June, and then I get to watch them go at it again in November.